1978. Bright studio lights, laughter from the audience fills the air. The dating game theme song plays as three eligible bachelors sit behind a wall, microphones ready. The beautiful bachelorette asks her first playful question. What no one knew, not her, not the host, not the millions watching at home, was that bachelor number one was in the middle of a murderous spree. His name? Rodney Alcala. His game? Seduction, deception, and death. Rodney Alcala was born Rodrigo Jacques Alcala Bucor in San Antonio, Texas, in 1943. His early life was marked by instability. His father abandoned the family when Rodney was still just a boy. At 12, he moved with his mother to Los Angeles, where neighbors would later recall him as polite and smart. But beneath that polite exterior, something was already broken. By his early 20s, Alcala joined the U.S. Army as a clerk. In 1964, he abruptly deserted his post, walking nearly 2,000 miles back to his mother's house. The Army psychiatrist diagnosed him with antisocial personality disorder, a condition marked by manipulation, deceit, and lack of empathy. He was discharged. In 1968, Alcala spotted 8-year-old Tali Shapiro walking to school in Hollywood. Using the oldest trick in the Predator's book, he offered her a ride. Moments later, he lured her into his apartment. A passing motorist who witnessed this sensed something was wrong and called police. When officers arrived, they found Tali naked and barely alive. Alcala had brutally assaulted her, but in the chaos, he escaped out the back door, vanishing. For the next 3 years, he was on the FBI's most wanted list. Alcala fled to New York, enrolling in NYU Film School under the name John Berger. He studied photography and even charmed legendary film director Roman Polanski into letting him attend workshops. While in New York, he worked as a counselor at an arts camp for children, until 2 girls recognized his photo on a wanted poster in the post office. The FBI swooped in, and Alcala was arrested. Shockingly, after serving only a few years for assaulting Tali Shapiro, he was released. This would become a devastating pattern: arrests, short sentences, and immediate returns to predatory behavior. By the mid-1970s, Alcala was back in California. He roamed beaches, parks, and nightlife scenes with a camera, approaching young women, and sometimes teenage girls, with a rehearsed line, "I'm a fashion photographer. You'd be perfect for my portfolio." Many agreed to pose, thinking it could be their big break. What they didn't know was that Alcala used these encounters to stalk, isolate, and sometimes kill his victims. Later, police would discover over 1,000 photographs in his possession, many never identified. Some are believed to show women in their last hours. Then came September 13, 1978. Somehow, despite being a convicted sex offender, Alcala was cast on ABC's The Dating Game. The host, Jim Lang, introduced him with a smile. A successful photographer who enjoys skydiving and motorcycling. On the other side of the partition sat Cheryl Bradshaw, a young drama teacher. She playfully asked each bachelor questions. Alcala's answers were loaded with double meanings, the audience erupting in laughter at his cheeky charm. When the final choice came, Cheryl picked bachelor number 1, Rodney Alcala. The music played, the applause roared. It looked like the beginning of a fun, romantic date. Backstage, Cheryl finally met Rodney in person, and instantly felt an icy chill. His eyes were cold, his smile too fixed, his presence unsettling. She later told a producer, "I can't go out with this guy. He's creepy." That choice likely saved her life. While America had seen him flirt on live TV, Alcala's private life was drenched in blood. Between 1977 and 1979, he was linked to a string of brutal killings. Jill Barkham, 18, found posed in the Hollywood Hills. Georgia Wickstead, 27, bludgeoned and strangled in her apartment. Charlotte Lamb, 32, left naked in a laundry room. Jill Parenteau, 21, killed in her own home. And in June 1979, 12-year-old Robin Samso disappeared on her way to ballet class. Her remains were found in the mountains 12 days later. A witness placed Alcala with Robin the day she vanished. Police searched his home and a rented storage locker. What they found stunned even seasoned detectives. Hundreds of photographs, many explicit, jewelry belonging to victims, Robin's earrings hidden in a pouch. Each photograph became a haunting puzzle. Who were these women? Were they alive? Alcala's trials became infamous for their bizarre twists. In his 2010 trial, he acted as his own attorney. questioning himself on the stand in a flat, unemotional tone. "Mr. Alcala, did you commit these murders?" "No, I did not." Jurors said it was like watching a man interview a stranger inside his own head. In the end, he was convicted of killing at least 7 women and girls. Prosecutors believed the real number could exceed 100. Rodney Alcala was sentenced to death in California, then life in New York for other murders. He never admitted the full scope of his crimes. In 2021, at age 77, he died of natural causes in prison, taking his secrets to the grave. To this day, many of the women in his photographs remain unidentified, their fates unknown. The most chilling part of the story isn't just his crimes, it's how he stood in front of millions, smiling, joking, being cheered on. While bodies were hidden in shallow graves, every time you watch that dating game clip now, the laughter feels wrong. The charm feels hollow. And you can't help but wonder, how close did the world come to watching a killer choose his next victim on live TV?